can you please give a huge welcome to Thick Richard?
Ladies and gentlemen, babies and pensioners, leavers, remainers and illegal aliens, the shipwrecked sailors, the Windrush generations and the flag-waving crackpot patriots, ladies and gentlemen, the woke and awakening, the broken recovering and the coming undone, the stuttering bigot with his head stuck in a bucket and the breathless dead, handcuffed in the gutter, and the Xbox stealers, all the arms dealers, and every dead baby to have washed up on the beaches, ladies and gentlemen, and the jaded millennials who will not be labelled by their genitals, the masculine feminine with the pierced organs and a 2-foot back tattoo of Piers Morgan. Ladies and gentlemen, the straight-edge sensible, the occasionally crazy and the genuinely mental, standard Karen and her snowflake gammon, standing up for everything that doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, the few and the many, the haves, the have-nots and the 1%, and anybody else I may have missed off of the list. You and all of your brothers and sisters and those that we've lost and those that we may be missing. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Thick Richard. I've come to do you some pre-football poems. I don't know. I'm as confused as you are. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Cheers. I'm just going to give this flyer a quick push. I picked this up in Manchester Central Library. It's for the Manchester and Lancashire Family History Society. And they decided to go with the acronym MILFs. Obviously I was intrigued. I took a look into it. I'm still not sure what exactly it is they do, but I can assure you their name is very misleading. I've got some drag names for sale. If anyone wants to buy themselves a drag name after the show, I'll be selling these for about 12p, something like that. We've got Michaela Strap-on. Shirley Bastard. She's an old singer. Wah, wah, wah. Coco de Mol. No, you don't like that one? Fuck you then. Jeremy Kyle Gorbachev. Oh, I've just been told if you buy Michaela Strap-on, you get crisp packet absolutely free, and you can have yourself a really wild spring watch evening. It's nice, isn't it, that such an environmentally minded man as Crisp Packet should be named after a type of litter. Burp Bacharach, William Defoe, Mike Tyson. There's loads of them, but let's move on, shall we? This is a poem called Leftover Soup. It's basically made out of all the shitty rhymes and lines that I had to edit out of other poems that just sort of formed into its own thing over years, because you can't throw that stuff in the bin, really. It just stays floating around in your head. And as you're listening to this, I need you to bear in mind, like, this is shite. There's absolutely no artistic nutritional value to this whatsoever. Leftover Soup, it goes like this. There is a tube of chewed food that moves through you, and once used you will push it away like a length of filthy spine with a face and a tail like a snake, and you could name it, cradle it like you would do a baby, but instead you just flush the chain and send it off on its way down the drain and never think about it ever again. Bum trumpet with a kick like a drum kit, the loud round brown sound, and everyone enjoys it. Government cutbacks where you can fuck that right in the butt crack. I'm looking at new beginnings. I've got a nutsack like a net bag with nothing but 2 satsumas in it. Right, listen, that's a quality line, that. And I just want you to take a moment to appreciate how heartbreaking it is to sit there in the editing process thinking, am I honestly going to write a poem about government cutbacks that somehow incorporates such a detailed description of my scrotum? And the answer's always no. First of all, there aren't enough hours in the day to write such a thing. And secondly, there isn't an audience for it. Yeah, according to the Arts Council. That was their response. But you liked it, didn't you? I'm going to do a quick rewind selector on that one. Government cutbacks when you can fuck that right in the butt crack. I'm looking at new beginnings. I've got a nutsack like a net bag with nothing but 2 satsumas in it. Mwah! Singing a song so strong you can't fight it. I'm smoking a bong so long I can't light it. I feel like the king of Hong Kong with a mind that must weigh 100 tons. It's not right that someone should go on for so long as they're writing this stream of nonsenseness. The scream of unconsciousness, the dream that you can still see when the lights turn on and you wake up in the middle of the night with that you being framed of mine. and you land flat face in a birthday cake and your hair's on fire and your glasses break and your tooth comes loose and you lose a shoe. Bad news is nothing new to you. I went on a Hindu hen-do in Honolulu with Lando and Han Solo a long time ago in a galaxy a Milky Way away. I broke into your house and left a box of milk tray on your couch because I'm a secret lemonade drinker, professional sweetie eater. Drips like droplets, pop it in your mouth, it melts like chocolate, spit it back out, it's a luxury, it's a little treat, it's sugary and it's sickly sweet, it sticks to you and you stick to me. A syrupy glue of soupy sick. Lem sissay, sip 6 lem sips, quick, with the lipstick still stuck to the side of the cup and the card trick flicked and the strums, it doesn't matter if I get it wrong. It's shite, honestly, you can pick it up from anywhere. The shoe shine black on the minstrel's face whose white gloves typed up the football chant about the football fan who only knelt down to tie his laces and wound up hounded by the national papers. You stared at the sun for too long when you were young, and now you're a racist. I'm in trouble. I've ended up in a throuple with an elderly couple that look like Paul and Barry Chuckle. It's all to me, to you, to me. Creaking on the rubber bed sheets, excuse me while I take out my teeth. I can't get no sleep. That bit's boring. Honestly, I won't waste your time. The jigsaw brick with a tessellate, no, that bit's boring as well. Honestly, I've not got long. Do you ever dance with a skinhead in the pale moonlight? It's a lovely line, isn't it? But where's that going to fit? Don't go with bloody anything. Oh, you like this bit? John Terry sucks a cherry from Mary Berry's hairy belly button. She's just a gelatin-based skeleton with a Louis Vuitton stoma bag on. Jason Statham and Jason Status sing Chasing Pavements while Davy Jason falls through the bar and shatters his hip like an antique vase, man. It had me in bits. It's the UK's favourite comedy clip, as voted for by the viewers of Dave. There once was a girl called Judy Finnegan. Her husband had sticky fingers, but the wine he stole turned into vinegar, and now Tesco still won't let him back in again. Begin again. I won't begin again, because otherwise it ends up on an endless loop, but that's what the inside of my head sounds like all the fucking time. Cheers. I brought along a puppet of Greg Wallace to show you. I don't have time to do the routine, but I thought you'd appreciate it. He's only got one hand left. Sorry, Greg, there's not time. This is the only poem I've got that doesn't have any swearing in it. And it's about fucking. The pinch, the squeal, the smack, the scream, the slap, the tickle, the laugh, the plea, the bum, the thump, the naked lunge, the over-emotional pump of the blood, the rough, the tumble, the grapple, the thrust, the rush, the muscle, the pull, the push, the grasp, the clasp, the panting, gasp, the frantic, ask for faster. The tension peaks, the flex, the squeeze, the clench, the tease, the sweet release, the stretch, the tremble, the shudder, the fit, the spasm, the passion, the bite of the lip, the frenzied rush, the push, the gush, the quiver, the shiver, the flutter, the flush, the fall, the huddle, the wallow, the roll, the hold, the fold, the envelope. Cheers. Reading in real time that was as well, folks. Yeah. 2 breaths. That's what they call me. Hang on. I've got time for 2 more. I'll do 2 more. This is a poem about where I live in Manchester. And it's called People in Crack Houses Shouldn't Smoke Rocks. Well, she must have been a teacher at the sumo school because her pupils were absolutely fucking huge. And she must have fell from heaven because whenever she moved, she'd end up sprawled across the floor like she'd just fallen through the roof. She believed if you held a shell suit to your ear, that you could hear Merseyside. And depending on the light, she could have been anywhere between 16 and 75. The city where it always rains is looking strange of late. Where once the sky was full of clouds, now it's full of cranes, and she wants to see the city skyline sunset drunk just one last time before the tombstone skyscrapers high-rise and ruin the horizon. And so she climbs to the highest point on an invisible ticket to Cornbrook tram stop platform with a bottle of throwing up liquid, a bag of something wicked and a joint between her teeth so she can sit and blow a smoky kiss to the city's quickly sinking streets. But somehow, somewhere through town, she just grinds to a halt. the smoke takes hold and she shuts down just like C-3PO. And the poor Spice Girl looks like she's been paused in a picture, and now every time she blinks the world looks different. And she'll come round in some odd future that she doesn't understand. The past she knew so distant, now it may as well have never happened, falling over in slow motion. She may as well sleep where she lies, because Keir Starmer told me the homeless, they're mostly claustrophobic, they actually prefer to be outside. Honestly, everything's fine. Here comes your man, the provider and the supplier and the silver-tongued speaker of lies. He rescues you from the gutter and you shuffle through the bustle looking just like two wrestlers intertwined. He has eyes like thumb holes in dough, eyes like a fat man's belly buttons, deep and hollow. He has eyes like wormholes in time, struggling to see past the last 20 years of his life. He's got a face like one of those magic eye paintings from the 90s. It's all spots and blotches that just don't make no fucking sense until 4 in the morning when you're completely off your head and he suddenly appears to be the best friend you've ever had, dripping with sweat, wearing nothing but a vest, jogging bottoms and a facial scar, hopping on one leg and holding a stolen roll of carpet underneath his arm. He was gagging for a shite as he asked me for the light and the tinfoil off his chocolate bar, man. The poor motherfucker. He must have been clucking like the boot of Bernard Matthews' car. Back to the flat with a mattress so tatty it looks like a sleeping bag left in the road, but it doesn't matter if the flat feels cold when the needle feels just like home. And that brokey's facing window with its glorious view of the protruding finger of Beetham Tower that seems to scream, fuck you. And the Daily Mail neighbours in the flats above can't understand how something so incredibly rough could be capable of falling in love, but people in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. Every city has a secret city hidden underneath it, but it's not the gritty underground that the tourists seek. It is that other neighbourhood, the one we dare not speak of, the one that the estate agents did not want you to see. We just made begging illegal because they'll only spend it on smack, says the man with the golden handshake who's just bought up all the land. Yeah, drugs are bad, but I can think of something even more addictive than smack, and that's money. If you teach a man to fish, that man will have... If you give a man a fish, that man will have fish for his tea. But if you teach a man to fish, he will wipe out the fucking species. And what's the difference between a diamond and a shard of broken glass when both will only leave you with blood all over your hands? Yeah. Drugs... fucking hang on. To be honest, I just need to breathe in and out a little bit. Yeah, drugs destroy your body and they'll hurt the ones around you, but just one fat cunt with a checkbook can destroy a fucking town. Oh look, this neighbourhood is rife with prostitutes and crime. Let's build some affordable housing that they can't afford to buy and let them die. And now cleaning up the dead people must be somebody's fucking job, but the cocaine wanker in the penthouse suite hasn't got a gambling problem. No, it's the addicts. It's the homeless families. They're all on the rob because people in crack houses shouldn't smoke rocks. Cheers. One more. Cheers. Enjoy your football match. I've got another gig later on supporting Donald Jenkins doing Still Raving in Your 40s. So if you're getting on a bit and you don't go raving as much as you like, come on to that. It's like a rave, but you get a chair. So we don't have to hear you whinging about your fucking back. This is the last one from me. Thanks for listening. It's called Who's Been Eating My Porridge? Who's rained on my parade? Who's pissed on my chips? Who's sunk my battleship? Shit, it's Thick Richard. The worst thing since unsliced bread. Stop crying like I just shot your dog and shagged your dad. I've just rearranged my room so I have to get out of the wrong side of bed every day. I'm too tired to smile, so piss off you clowns. Who's been eating my porridge? They say that when you're in London, you're never more than 3 feet away from a rat. Well, when you're in Manchester, you're never more than 3 feet away from a dickhead. The world would be a much safer place to live in if they just put common sense on the curriculum. The F word isn't funny. It's fuck. Who's been eating my porridge. Life's like a box of chocolates. There's usually a diagram on the inside of the lid indicating as to what's what, so why don't you just fuck off and fuck off while you're at it. Smell the cheese and pick the bones out of this one, you cocksuckers. I look like Harry Potter, Jarvis Cocker, Sue Perkins and your little brother all rolled up into one little bitter ball of gobshite. So don't tell me about it, mate, I don't want to hear it. Just lost all of my poetry spirit. Who's been eating my porridge? Angry young man? I make Sid Vicious look like Sid Little. It's like my grandma used to say, if you haven't got anything worth saying, cheers, I've got books to say